vegetables properly. As you can see, I'm not in the market and I'm just on my house. It is because there is a pandemic and I can't catch a video. So start with the banana. It should be yellow with a small amount of green on the both ends so that you can still store it for about how many days in your houses. It should be a great and bright colors, full and plump. One is the apple. It is very important to check the apple's firmness. You can slightly press the area of the apple to check whether it is firm or soggy. Next one is visually examine the apple. You can completely see it in order to check it visually. Also, it is very important to have a small sniff on your apple to know whether it has a pleasant smell. And for lastly, you can glance the color of the apple in order to know that when the apple have a great color, it means it absorbs great sunlight and that means it has a great taste. Lastly is the lanzones. It should be tender when you press it and it should be a great and yellow bright color and it should be in medium size so that you can have a somehow seedless lanzones. So let's move on with the proper choosing of vegetables. Let's start with the squash. It should be healthy for its size, dull, and deep in colors, and it should also be matte. And for choosing chayote, it should be small and firm, but not too hard and undamaged. For choosing sweet potatoes, it should be tight and unwrinkled and have no blemishes on its skin. You should also pick a cream-colored to deep oranges sweet potatoes. Also keep in mind that the smaller the potatoes, it means a less starch potatoes. Lastly is for the cabbage. It is very important that it should be heavy for its size and choose a lighter to darker color of cabbage and avoid having blemishes. Take note that a darker cabbage means of having a crispy cabbage. So in general, it is very important to use your senses, the touch, the smell, the sight, and or even the taste in choosing a very perfect fruits and vegetables. That would be all. Thank you. Poke the fish. Fresh fish has firm flesh that bounces back. When buying whole fish, look for the eyes. Fresh fish has clear eyes that are raised. Open the gills. Fish have vibrant red gills. Look for the skin. Fresh fish have shiny and moist skin. So now I'll be giving you tips on how to store dry and wet foods. First and foremost, so to avoid the raw meat from drifting off to the ready-to-eat foods, it is very important to put the raw meat or the chicken on the bottom shelf. And also for the ready-to-eat meats or ready-to-eat food rather, put it on the top shelf. Storing dry goods properly. First and foremost is to notice that the storage area is clean and free. Next one is to do not put the foods or the goods directly on the floor where the storage area is located to avoid any pests crawling on the foods. And also take note, this is the most very important thing, that to see the label or the expiration date of the foods or the goods so that you can avoid consuming it on its expiration date. So the first thing or the first food that you use must be the first food that also be consumed. So that's it. Good day everyone! In order to prevent various foodborne illnesses, it is very important to wash our hands properly. So today, I'll be showing you on how to wash our hands properly. When we are at the workplace, even though we are so very careful with every move we make, there are still instances that we can avoid injuries. So today, I'll be teaching you on how to treat various common injuries. Ask the person if she is choking and ask for permission. Ma'am, can I treat you? Then, elevate her elbows and find the belly button where I can tuck my thumb. Then, put your fist above the belly button and start to thrust. Then thrust until she began breathing. If she's already breathing, then you can let her sit. So that's the first aid in choking. Muscle strains or pulled muscles usually occurs when the muscle is torn or overstretched. This usually occurs when the people uses its muscle overly and due to fatigue or the improper use of our muscles. And now I'll be showing you on how to treat muscle strains. When you have a triangular bandage, use it, fold it into a narrow cravat. So this is it. So when this one got a strain, let it rest and apply an ice or an ice bag. So imagine this will be an ice bag. And then let it rest for 10 minutes. After 10 minutes, you can now apply the bandage. So slowly apply the bandage so that there will be no more swelling of the muscles. Then square knot. Right over left, left over right. Someone who got muscle strains to have a rest and won't let the muscle be moved easily. And also, you need to apply some anti-inflammatory medicine when it is still swelling for about 3 days. First aid for burns. Imagine this will be the burn area. So first thing to do is to apply a cold water. Take note that do not put any apply oil, honey, tomato, or Colgate on the burned area to avoid any infection. So if you notice that there will be blisters, all you need to do is to apply a burn ointment or any antibiotic. Apply it on the burned area. And then after it is being applied, leave it, the burn area, for about 24 hours and do not cover it with cloth so that the burn can still have its air. So that's it, and thank you. So this will be the ways of treating cuts. First and foremost is to clean your hands in order to avoid bacteria and germs. Next one is to apply alcohol on the cotton and apply it on the surface or the area that surrounds the wound. Take note that do not put alcohol on the wound directly, just on the surface, just to clean it. And then put some betadine. After the betadine, you can now put the gauze bandage in order to stop the bleeding. Then you can tape it already. So when you think if the cat was being infected, you need to see a doctor. Place your hand into the chest and pump for 30 seconds and give 2 blows with an interval of 5 seconds. 1, 1002, 1003, 1004, 1005, 1006, 1007, 2008, 2009, 2010, 2011, 2012, 2013, 2014, 15, 2016, 2017, 2018, 2019, 2020, 2021, 2022, 2003, 2024, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Do this routine until you notice that she is breathing. If she is breathing, then place her into a recovery position and turn into her side. So that's the things that you need to do when doing CPR.